Good afternoon and welcome to Fedmail. Thank you for joining us on this snowy and cold afternoon here in Worcester. Shabbat Shalom to you. A lot going on in the world. It was great seeing so many of you at the local Martin Luther King annual breakfast held at Quinsigamond Community College earlier this week. Great showing from the Jewish community. And a lot, of course, going on around the world. First, there was an incident of harassment at George Washington University that was highly publicized. A lot of news was focusing on that. This professor was harassing Jewish and Israeli students. So we've seen that in the headlines. Also in Israel, the United States National Security Advisor, Jake Sullivan, visited with the Israeli administration, visited with Netanyahu in Jerusalem. Looks like the Israeli foreign minister will be traveling to Ukraine to meet with the Zelensky government there to talk about the ongoing war with Russia. But the big news in Israel was that the Shas leader, Aryeh Deri, was ruled by the High Court that he could no longer serve as interior minister. I think the ruling was nearly unanimous with one dissenter, which throws the coalition into a bit of turmoil. So we're watching that. And then, of course, across the country in Israel, there were continued protests during the week related to, anti-government opposition protests. So keeping an eye on that as well. Coming up this week in our community, we have a lot going on. First, this weekend, January 22nd, we've talked about it a lot, beginning in the morning with the Mystery Book Club. Don't miss it. Followed by the Songs of Hope concert that's put on by the Black Jewish Alliance, taking place in the afternoon. And concluding the evening will be a wine tasting with our Shlicha Tomi at Congregation B'nai Shalom. So January 22nd, busy Sunday for us this week. Mystery Book Club, Songs of Hope concert, and wine tasting. You should go to all of them. Coming up next week on the 29th, the program Efrat Crib. It's an Israeli program to help families that have just had children, or helping them to basically helping them when they're struggling in that realm with finances and getting material items for the children. The executive director of that program will be speaking in our community, and it's a good opportunity to hear about this program because it's unique and interesting and maybe the only one of its kind. January 29th, taking place at Torah Center. February 2nd, of course, as you should have on your calendar. Hopefully you've already registered for it. The Worcester, Florida party taking place in Delray Beach. And on a day like today, if you needed something to push you to go, how about this weather? And last but not least, a lot going on for Israel's 75th, which is taking place this year. First of all, in March, there is the Jerusalem Marathon, and SNEC, our local consortium of Jewish federations from New England, and our partnership with Afula, are encouraging participants from our region to go take part in the Jerusalem Marathon. They've got a subsidized trip with some homestays and things like that. If you're interested, you don't have to necessarily run the marathon. You can run a half marathon or 5K or 10K. There's a lot of options, but should be a good time. Then the Jewish Federation's General Assembly taking place in April in Israel. Then, most importantly, we've got a Central Mass trip planned next November. Agudat Achim and Beth Israel are both turning 100. They're joining with Jewish Federation is joining with them for this great community-wide trip. You don't have to, it's open to everyone, and we'd love to have all of you participate. And the Fly With Us program, this is a great contest for families to submit all sorts of creative entries, artwork, videos, to win a $5,000 family trip to Israel. So you don't want to miss that. You can find the flyers and all of the information for all of this in Fedmail. Give us a call, drop us an email. We'd love to hear from you. We'd love to have you participate. We'd love to have you in Israel for Israel's 75th. Can you believe it? With that, I wish you a good Shabbos, Shabbat Shalom, good health. See you at all of these programs this weekend. Take care. Thank you for supporting Jewish life in Central Mass and around the world. Bye-bye.